and the Girl Scouts of Central Illinois invite eligible blood donors to donate at the Beach Bash Summer Blood Drive Friday, July 30th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Logic Everyday Community in Champaign. To schedule an appointment, visit redcrossblood.org or download the Red Cross Blood Donor app. Enter code BEACHBASH. You can also call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
You're watching Fox, Illinois. Illinois News at 9.
We exist to take that information in an anonymous fashion and convey it to the appropriate law enforcement agency in Champaign County.
A look at the role of Crime Stoppers during the gun violence crisis and how you can share information to help. Plus,
new concerns today as children ages 12 to 15 are one of the lowest groups to be vaccinated. I'm Liz Bonus. What parents need to know as kids head back to school, it is just ahead.
And the new group of people the University of Illinois says must be vaccinated before the beginning of the fall semester.
Live from our studios, you're watching Fox Illinois News at 9.
Good evening, I'm Ava Robb in for Brianna Collins.
and I am Doug Quick. First tonight, with the rise in gun violence in Champaign County, officials say gathering information has been crucial.
That has made organizations like Crime Stoppers an important place to share that information anonymously.
Fox Illinois' Evan Hensley is working for you. He breaks down how you can share any information and maybe receive some money in the process. Evan?
And Champaign County Crime Stoppers say now is the time to come forward with information involving recent gun violence, but they know nothing is more important than keeping those tips anonymous.
No one in law enforcement has awareness of who that is. We do not have awareness. We do not want to know. But that is a cornerstone of our program, the anonymity factor.
John Hecker, the president of Champaign County Crime Stoppers, says that his resources have never been more important. He says the ability to remain anonymous is something that is important with the fear of retaliation in the community. That's why he says there is a 0% chance they can track tips back to the person sending them.
Comes in, it is what we call scrub clean. Again, that's where we eliminate any way of us being able to identify who is providing that information to us.
People can share the tips through multiple different ways, including over the phone, on the website, and on the mobile app. You just have to share as much information as possible without having to put your name on it. How do you use that information without being able to ask those people to testify?
Basically, what we do is we're sort of a conduit, if you will. We take the information and then convey it to the appropriate law enforcement agency in Champaign County.
Hecker says they can't be brought in to testify or interview on the case. That is up to law enforcement to find the value in the information. But in many cases, people can receive a cash reward if information leads to an arrest or a conviction.
Done in a location where nothing's recorded, video or audio, and there's no way, again, that we can trace or that we have any film, but it's set up in a very secure location to make a transfer of the cash.
And Ecker says that the recent illegal gun bounty program has seen success with 32 tips leading to cash rewards here in just the last few years. But a lot of the time, many people don't even redeem those rewards because the ability to remain anonymous remains the primary concern. Reporting in studio, Evan Hensley, back to you.
Thank you, Evan. A Macon County mother will spend the next 3 decades behind bars. The judge sentenced Jessica Logan to 33 years today. A jury found her guilty of first-degree murder last month. Prosecutors say she's searched how to strangle her 19-month-old son the day before he was found dead. She will have to serve 100% of her sentence.
Champaign County Crime Stoppers needs help identifying 2 theft suspects on the afternoon of July 10th. A man and woman entered Rural King at 913 West Marketview Drive in Champaign. Once inside, the 2 suspects stole over $2,000 worth of merchandise. Surveillance cameras were able to capture these images of the 2 suspects. If you have any information, contact Crime Stoppers at 373-TIPS. And a dynamite scare at the Decatur Fire Department turns out to be harmless. Decatur Fire Department Station 1 officials say an individual went to their station around 1:45 this afternoon and laid down something wrapped in a shirt. The fire department was told the man believed he had found a stick of dynamite in a house that he was clearing out. The University of Illinois bomb squad was called out, and it was determined to be a road flare.
Champaign residents can have a say in who is hired to be the next chief of police and public works director. City Manager Dorothy Ann David says the city is looking to fill the positions, but would like to have residents weigh in before a final decision is made. To gather input, the city is launching 2 new websites where residents can provide feedback.
Well, what a day today. We were expecting to see plenty of sunshine, but instead it was filtered sunshine, or hazy sunshine, if you will. And that was all thanks to that smoke that's coming in from the Rockies. We'll check out more on what to expect here in the days ahead as far as our smoky atmosphere. As we look out over the east side of Springfield and the Rose Heating and Air Conditioning traveling tower cam, the Capitol is about right here in the darkness looking over the western horizon. Partly cloudy skies tonight, still looking at some hazy conditions. Even through the day tomorrow, we expect to top out around 82. And then for Friday, it'll be sunny with a chance of showers and storms, warm and humid with a high around 85 degrees. Well, the live Doppler looking out over mid-Illinois, and we did see a few little speckles, little isolated showers that popped up a little earlier. Right now, we're looking at dew points at around 70 degrees, and that's telling us that we're looking at some increased humidity. As far as visibilities are concerned, we're looking at around 5-mile visibilities here across east central Illinois, just a little less than 10 over in Springfield. So it's a little hazier here across the eastern part of the state than it is the western. And the hour-by-hour forecast tomorrow morning, seeing partly cloudy skies, perhaps some hazy conditions as temperatures increase. We'll let you know what to expect not only tomorrow, but in the days ahead, the 7 days, and the 8 to 14 day outlook. That's all coming up. Amber, back over to you.
Isn't it crazy to think that we're seeing this fog over here from everything that's happening over on the West Coast?
Well, it's not only us here in the Midwest, but they're even seeing that smoke in New Jersey. That's a little ways away.
Oh my gosh, that's thousands of miles. It's insane to think about that.
The world is smaller than you think.
It sure is. Thank you, Doug. Smoke from Oregon's bootleg fire is spreading across the country and has even reached our area. The Purple Air quality monitor says the air in east central Illinois today was dangerous enough that if a person stayed outside for 24 hours, they would begin experiencing negative health effects. Poor air quality is especially harmful for children and the elderly. Also, people with asthma or other breathing problems, and people with heart disease or high blood pressure. The University of Illinois system is requiring all faculty and staff to be fully vaccinated before they start the fall semester. The system made the same requirement for students several weeks ago, but said at that time faculty and staff would not have to be fully vaccinated. System President Tim Killeen says this mandate provides the best opportunity to keep every school safe. Students say they are excited for more opportunities to be able to be in person with faculty.
The only thing that can guarantee our safety, apart from the class experience, anything that's out from social events or everything that encompasses school, it's what can get us there to that point. So the vaccines are fundamental.
This announcement is the only change to the system's previously announced fall safety plan.
As COVID-19 cases rise once again, public health providers say this is now a virus of the unvaccinated.
They are especially concerned about young teenagers hesitant to get the shot. Medical reporter Liz Bonus explains why.
Hey there, everybody. Hello to you. One of the top groups right now for choosing not to get vaccinated, teenagers ages 12 to 15. As students head back to fall sports and classes, infectious disease specialists say this is especially concerning.
The first reason it's concerning, about 1% of kids, even in this age group, who are not vaccinated and get COVID-19, develop that severe inflammatory response known as MIS-C.
I know it doesn't sound like a lot. 1% is a very small number, but when you're talking about healthy kids running around and then boom, they're in the ICU on a ventilator, it's scary.
The second reason it's a concern, the Delta variant.
Some of the studies suggest that the Delta variant is highly infectious to children and may actually make children more ill than the original COVID.
The third reason it's concerning, teens like to hang together. So there's some thought that the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, known as mRNA vaccinations, are the best way to protect teens when in many settings they can't help but share air.
And there's really nothing different about the immune response to an mRNA vaccine than it is to any other vaccine, whether it's an adjuvant vaccine or a killed virus or a weakened virus vaccine. They all do the same thing, which is to activate those B cells and T cells to make us immune to future infection.
Finally, the fourth reason for concern, there's a lot of misinformation among those choosing not to get the vaccine about side effects.
We see a little bit of, arm soreness. We see some headache and fatigue in some children, but it's been very well tolerated. And overall, the side effects from the COVID vaccine are far less serious, far less concerning than having COVID itself, even as a child.
Now, of course, getting the vaccines into pediatrician's office, that is the next step. It does invite questions in a confidential setting. I'm medical reporter Liz Bonus. Now back to you.
COVID-19 vaccines are only being given to patients at Carle Health who schedule appointments. Carle in Champaign on Curtis and Carle in Urbana on Windsor are no longer offering walk-in clinics for vaccines. The hospital says the walk-in clinics are now by appointment only because staff is seeing a reduction in patients requesting a vaccine. Anyone 12 and older will need to call or visit the My Carle portal to schedule a vaccination appointment. And Carle's mobile health clinic is hosting several area back-to-school physical and immunization events in the coming weeks. And you can see the dates and locations in your area on your screen.
As Carle takes away walk-in clinics, the state fair is providing more opportunities to get vaccinated. Vaccines will be offered at the state fair during the month of August. Even though the mass vaccination site at the fairgrounds is closed, there are efforts to bring some form of that back during this year's fair. A Central Illinois Health Department official says she's in support of the effort and hopes it will reach fairgoers who are unvaccinated.
It is a goal of the state and the governor to make sure that there's opportunities for vaccination at the state fairgrounds. The last I talked with them, they were trying to have about 4 different sites throughout the fairgrounds where they would provide vaccine.
The mass vaccination site at the fairgrounds closed on July 11th. Local health officials say the site was averaging 45 vaccines a day in July.
Blind Pig and the nonprofit Beer Culture are teaming up to help give back to the community. Backpacks and other school supplies are being collected at the Blind Pig on Neal and Taylor. Beer Culture, a group founded in 2017 with a goal to increase diversity and equity in the craft beverage world, started the fundraiser called Culture for the Kids. This is Blind Pig's first year participating.
The Blind Pig, got a whole lot of support from this community during COVID. They kept us going, kept our doors open and everything. So when I came across this, I thought it'd be an awesome way to kind of help give back to the community.
The collections are just starting to come in as word about the fundraiser gets out. The Blind Pig plans on holding an event on August 9th to distribute the backpacks and other supplies they receive.
See You at Home is partnering with local business for a matching gift challenge at this year's Champaign County Fair. See You at Home will be selling pork chop sandwiches at the fair, and the Champaign Asphalt Company will be matching all sales up to $15,000. The sandwich meal costs $8, and proceeds will help the homeless in the community. And you can also get your Fox Illinois News delivered straight to your inbox. Sign up now for the newsletter at foxillinois.com.
Coming up on Fox Illinois News at 9, Addicted Illinois. The link between violence and addiction.
Plus, caught on camera what was going on with a driver that caused their car to crash into someone's home.
And the perfect storm that's interrupting a popular summer activity. And in our question of the day, a new survey finds 74% of Americans would prefer to wake up every day feeling well rested rather than, get this, what is it? Take a guess on the Fox Illinois Facebook page.
You're watching Fox Illinois Live with Brianna Collins, Doug Quick, and Sports with Nico Hefflinger.
scams. How to spot a criminal con before it happens to you.
They're taking their money and they're disappearing.
Then amazing advances.
This will help enable a new generation of travelers.
From a flying taxi to a full-size Lego Lamborghini. Daily Mail TV.
Tonight at 10 on Fox, Illinois.
Don't miss the hot summer savings at Sloan's during Deere Days of Summer. Get your John Deere 1025R for just $171 per month. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
Take a staycation with Mike and Molly, where the mattresses are plush.
Did I do that?
I'm gonna need another beer.
The drinks are ice cold.
It's got flaxseed, kale, and 3 different kinds of rum. Since I can't taste the kale.
And you can really live your best life.
Does it mean we're never gonna leave the house again, does it?
Why would we? We're never gonna find a sports bar with soup this good.
Treat yourself with Mike and Molly 5 nights a week.
Weeknights at 11 on CW23.
Health is not a sprint. It's a marathon, and you know that. You got this. Nutrients for immune system support, heart health, and energy metabolism. But remember, you have more than regular energy. It's Jennifer Lopez energy. Or J-Lo energy. Seems forced. Jenny from the Block energy. Overdone. Jenergy. Visit Goli.com today. Jenergy.
The American Red Cross and the Girl Scouts of Central Illinois invite eligible blood donors to donate at the Beach Bash Summer Blood Drive Friday, July 30th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Logic Everyday Community in Champaign. To schedule an appointment, visit redcrossblood.org or download the Red Cross Blood Donor app. Enter code BEACHBASH. You can also call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
Don't miss the hot summer savings at Sloan's during Deere Days of Summer. Get your new John Deere X350 lawn tractor for just $76 per month with 4.9 for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
Big Bang gets banged up.
Sheldon and Amy.
Or as we call them, Shamey.
Jamie.
The Big Bang Theory.
Tomorrow night at 6 on Fox, Illinois. Thank you for turning to Fox, Illinois. The news continues now.
Well, check this video out. This video shows the moment a car crashes into the home of a St. Louis area man, wait for it there, and shoves him across the room. John Bloom was sitting at his dining room table yesterday morning when he turned to see this shocking sight. I'm not sure we're going to see it here quite yet. Police say the woman behind the wheel, there we go, had a medical emergency that caused the accident. They say she was taken to the hospital, but Bloom was not hurt.
At home, pool sales increased during the pandemic, but now a shortage of supplies and production delays are disrupting backyard plans to cool off. In tonight's Fox Focus, why some are calling it the perfect storm.
It's what some in the industry are calling a poolocalypse. When it comes to both hot tubs and pools, almost a perfect storm of problems. We're in the Chicago suburbs. The company is Aqua Pools. Jim Eiler, you've been in this business how long?
Since 1978.
You've got a perfect storm of problems right now. Chlorine shortage, people demanding pools, not enough equipment. It's crazy.
It's insane. We've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah. The pandemic brought on this tremendous increase in interest around pools and hot tubs, up 21%. Take a look at the numbers last year. And again, got an increase this year. We don't have the numbers, but an increase again.
Absolutely. It's hard to track the increase for us because all the people that ask us for pools is just through the roof.
Right. I want to look. The other problem in this is a chlorine shortage. Thanks to a storm in Texas and a fire at a chlorine plant, the chlorine tabs. Anybody who's got a pool knows what a chlorine tab is, and maybe you can give us a look at what that is, Jim. It's one of these things right here. This is what is in very short supply, yes?
Correct. That's a chlorine trichlor tablet.
Mm-hmm. And you put these in the pool to keep it clean so it's not green?
That's the primary source to clean the pool, yes.
But take a look at their shelf right here. Maybe you see the sign. There is basically, you're rationing these.
Correct, we are.
Because you are being rationed by your supplier?
We are. We were limited to what we purchased last year, and there's an increased demand for products since we've done so many pools, so we can't get any more product.
A lot of people are going to what they call a saltwater pool, where the salt goes in, and maybe you do have plenty of salt down there. If you get a salt system, that makes its own chlorine. Is that correct?
Correct. The salt system generates chlorine, so it's your primary source for sanitizing the pool.
Okay. Well, that's one way to go, but getting those systems installed, that's probably a little waiting list too.
It's backed up. The service department is backed up about 3-4 weeks, but still can get them.
Gotcha. So if I wanted a pool right now, even if I had all the money in the world, how long would it take me to get one? If I say, Jim, I want a pool.
We've just opened our order books for spring of 2022 right now.
I can't, and not until next year?
Not until next year.
Okay. In the pool business, perhaps a first world problem, yes, but a pool apocalypse. Pool-apocalypse? Whatever you want to call it, Poolmageddon in the Chicago suburbs. I'm Jeff Flock with the Fox Business Network.
In addition to all these other issues, some public pools are reporting lifeguard shortages, which has led to reduced hours. So cooling off this summer may be a challenge.
Now your Storm Team weather with Doug Quick.
Boy, this weekend might be a good one to have a pool because we're going to see more heat and humidity. Things will really start to sizzle here as we get into the weekend. Hey, we're looking out over downtown Springfield at the current time. The Rose Heating and Air Conditioning traveling tower cam. Things looking pretty quiet right now. And as we look into the weekend, well, it could noisy up a bit. We're still expecting to see maybe a chance of some showers and thunderstorms late Saturday night. During the day, though, it'll be mostly sunny, warm and humid, up to around 85. Still might be seeing some hazy conditions even Saturday. And then on Sunday, up to 90 degrees there, partly cloudy, warm and humid with that chance of showers and storms. Heat indices will be around 102 degrees. Let's all dive in. Winds out of the southwest, 5 to 10. Here's a look at the highs today. Look at this, a cool 75 in Chicago, and we even saw some 70s here in our far eastern counties a little earlier this afternoon. 84, that was the high in Champaign, 87 in Springfield, 89 in St. Louis, and here's a look at our current temperatures. A little cooler in Champaign, 74 there, 78 in Peoria, Springfield, still 80 degrees in Quincy. How about that? And 74 degrees down in the Carbondale area. And look at the dew points at around 70 degrees. Not exactly muggy, but certainly more humid than we'd like to see it. Winds are light and variable as we look out across mid-Illinois. And over the next 5 days, look at this, topping out around 90 degrees. That's what we're expecting on Sunday. Near average Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But as I said, things will start to sizzle by the time we get into the second half of the weekend. Look, if you looked real close here, you'll see this little storm system here. It started to take shape, maybe even up around a little south of Clinton, moving down into the Argenta-Oriana area and eventually down into the Sullivan region and pretty close to Windsor there, just a little west of Mattoon. But things are quieting down since then, not really seeing much activity. Tomorrow afternoon, though, we could be looking at a little more thanks to that frontal boundary out to the west. And that'll continue to give us at least a chance of those showers and storms even late Saturday as it starts to move eastward during the day on Saturday. And that's the leading edge of that very warm, humid air that we're going to feel as we get into the day on Sunday. Here's a closer look at our next weather maker tomorrow afternoon with those showers. And then on Saturday or maybe even Friday, seeing some activity there as well. And then by just after midnight Saturday morning, we could be looking maybe as much as a ½ an inch of precipitation in Danville, around ¼ of an inch elsewhere across mid-Illinois, or even lesser amounts. But as I always say, those models do change often. 65 tonight, partly cloudy with hazy conditions, 85 degrees tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon, perhaps. And then here's a look at the next 7 days, including that day-to-day chance of showers and storms and those temperatures at around 90 degrees on Sunday.
So the dogs are going to have a lot of muddy paws this week.
That's very possible. That's very possible. And you just keep a towel by the door. You know, they'll be okay. Or a bucket of water to dip their paws in.
We've got our own like little paw washer. We needed to invest in it. We got 2 of them.
There you go. You're going to need that. Coming up next, what caused a supply shortage of one of the most used materials in product comfort?
Plus, recognize this dress, who it belonged to, and where it was found.
And we're off to see the wizard here. And our question of the day, a new survey finds 74% of Americans would prefer to wake up every day feeling well rested rather than get this. What do you think this is? You got to think about this one. Take a guess on the Fox Illinois Facebook page. You're watching Fox Illinois News at 9.
What makes the Popeyes chicken sandwich the sandwich? Freshly hand-battered chicken, crunchy pickles, creamy mayo, and buttery brioche buns. Get the sandwich and start earning points with Popeyes Rewards.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Republic Services believes in preserving our environment. You can do your part by just making the switch to Republic Services. Simply put all your recyclables in one blue cart and your waste in another. Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
With Root Insurance, you have the power to control your own rates, and that could save you a lot of money. Root is a new type of car insurance that looks deeper than other insurers by using the sensors in your smartphone to understand important details about how you actually drive. That's how Root is able to give better drivers a better price. Here's how it works. Download our app, get on the road, and then get a quote. Learn how you can take control of your car insurance at joinroot.com.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's Super 7-Day Sale is for you. That's 7 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, no limit. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Save big on hundreds of clearance items store-wide. Plus, 4 years, no interest, and free shipping right to your door. But don't wait. The Super 7-Day Sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 22nd.
Take a staycation with Mike and Molly. Where the mattresses are plush.
I'm gonna need another beer.
The drinks are ice cold.
Hey, I was letting that breathe.
And you can really live your best life.
I mean, we're never gonna leave the house again, does it?
We're never gonna find a sports bar with soup this good.
Mike and Molly.
Weeknights at 11 on CW23.
How y'all feeling tonight?
What's Thursday's Beat Shazam all about?
All about the abs, butt, and thighs.
It's also about NFL cheerleaders.
Beat Shazam!
A visit to the 80s.
My Jerry curl was what?
And a shot at $1 million.
Let's give it all away.
Thursday at 7 on Fox 44.
Noel Ford, weekday mornings from 7 to 8 on Fox Illinois Sunrise. Thank you for turning to Fox Illinois. The news continues now.
Welcome back. More consumer products affected by the pandemic, and a streaming giant is getting into the gaming world. Here's Stacey Skryzak with more in tonight's Consumer Watch.
A product that helps you feel comfy is in short supply and making you pay more. Foam, the spongy, soft material in your seats, pillows, beds, and RVs and boats. Well, it's hard to find now, causing delays in many deliveries. Consumers are seeing higher prices in products using foam. February storms in Texas and Louisiana shut down 5 key plants, damaging manufacturing equipment. And the pandemic itself limited some ability to make foam, limiting supplies. Well, if you have a Netflix subscription, you could soon get free mobile games. The streaming giant announced plans to dive into the world of mobile gaming. Now, Netflix recently hired a former EA executive to spearhead the work in video games. The company hasn't announced what kind of games will be available or how it plans to distribute those games to subscribers. But in a letter to investors, the company said the games would be included in members' Netflix subscription at no additional cost.
Trending tonight, an iconic piece of movie memorabilia is no longer missing. This appears to be one of the dresses Judy Garland wore in The Wizard of Oz. Catholic University says a school official found it in one of their buildings after it was gifted to a priest. It's been missing for decades. It's not been authenticated yet, but the school believes it is one of 5 used in the movie. Also trending, the Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Phoenix Suns in Game 6 of the finals yesterday, making them NBA champs for the first time in a half-century. Milwaukee was led by a star named Lou Alcindor, who, after winning that championship, would change his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The last time the Bucks appeared in the finals, that was back in 1974. Coming up, many unfortunate outcomes spawn from substance abuse and addiction. the link between violence and substance abuse.
And the newest legislation that passed, which helps keep American drinking water toxin-free. And in our question of the day, a new survey finds 74% of Americans would prefer to wake up every day feeling well rested rather than getting this. What is it? Take a guess on the Fox Illinois Facebook page. You're watching Fox Illinois News at 9.
Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Don't miss the hot summer savings at Sloan's during Deere Days of Summer. Get your John Deere 1025R for just $171 per month. Get a John Deere now and
Power up at Sloan's.
visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
He's Raj Kutrapali, PhD, pretty hot doctor of love.
I'm a scientist / party planner / small dog enthusiast / guy who probably should have stopped at scientist.
Couples therapist.
You have bigger emotional problems than I do, and I find that very attractive in a woman.
Intimacy expert.
Have you ever heard of the Kama Sutra? The Indian sex book.
I guess.
You're welcome.
The Big Bang Theory, 5 nights a week.
Weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on Fox Illinois.
Find your style with Patriot Lighting from Menards. Add elegance to any room with Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. They reduce energy costs all year round. Save 11% off all Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. Finish the look with Sylvania's new True Wave Natural Spectrum LED bulbs. They bring out the positive feelings of happiness, relaxation, and warmth while reducing eye strain and improving the sleep cycle. Save 11% on all Sylvania LED bulbs now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The American Red Cross and the Girl Scouts of Central Illinois invite eligible blood donors to donate at the Beach Bash Summer Blood Drive Friday, July 30th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Logic Everyday Community in Champaign. To schedule an appointment, visit redcrossblood.org or download the Red Cross Blood Donor app. Enter code BEACHBASH. You can also call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
Don't miss the hot summer savings at Sloan's during Deere Days of Summer. Get your new John Deere X350 lawn tractor for just $76 per month with 4.9 for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
Power up with Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
This segment sponsored by Gateway Foundation, Addiction Medicine, Saving Lives.
Welcome back. Many unfortunate outcomes spawn from substance abuse and addiction. Violence, being one of them, has significant ripple effects on families and communities.
Yeah, in tonight's edition of Addicted Illinois, our Taylor Deckard is working for you, looking at the correlation of violence and substance abuse.
Specialists in Central Illinois share there is a correlation in substance abuse and the increase in violence. Whether it's selling the substance, using a substance, and money has even been a driving factor. It's a trend being seen across the United States.
There is even a violent tendency that they may have. It could be exacerbated by substance use.
Studies show that drug use is strongly linked to gun violence, especially when illegal drug sales are involved. Mercedes Kent with the Gateway Foundation sees the addiction impacting their everyday lives.
When we think about substance use and people that use substance use, they're impulsive. They're not in the right mind.
Research says substance-related gun violence often starts with drug dealers who get the guns to protect their drugs. And it can lead to people within those neighborhoods getting guns due to dealers also having them. Looking at the root of the issue, it can be due to the environment people grow up in.
They grew up in a household where violence was part of what they grew up with. They saw mom and dad fighting, brothers, sisters, families, relatives, or that carrying a gun was what was needed, selling drugs. So it's generational.
90% of individuals who take their own life meet criteria for one or more diagnosable conditions, including substance abuse.
The nature of the disease of addiction is a lot of low self-esteem, guilt, shame, low self-worth. And so sometimes people either don't feel that they're worthy and they want to harm themselves, or they feel like there's just no way to get out of it.
Group therapy and individual therapy is one way they address the issue.
Our population is one that needs support, and we want to be able to support them in any way that we can and give them access to services.
Specialists say help can start with a simple conversation with your family member or friend, and that people voicing they care is a step in the right direction. Reporting in studio, Taylor Decker, back to you.
The U.S. House passed bipartisan legislation today that would regulate toxic chemicals found in drinking water. A group of 24 legislators spoke about the concerns driving the measure, saying we need to set limits on PFAS. It's also known as forever chemicals. PFAS is found in nonstick cookware, firefighting foam, waterproof cooking clothing and some cosmetics. Studies have linked PFAS contamination to several health problems like high cholesterol, thyroid disease, and testicular and kidney cancers.
PFAS has so far been found in the drinking water of 2,300 communities. Think about that. Across the country, people are drinking water in 2,300 communities that has PFAS in it. And it's increasing their chances of cancer, reproductive issues, development harms, and weakened immune systems.
The White House released a statement today supporting the passage of the PFAS Action Act, saying aggressive efforts to analyze the impact on human health and the environment are necessary.
So tech billionaires are doing it. So when will we be flying to outer space, and when will it be affordable for us?
That's a good question. We take a closer look at the hurdles standing in the way and how soon commercial space travel may become a reality.
Commercial space tourism, a pipe dream or a real possibility? Former Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos and Virgin Galactic CEO Richard Branson, who both launched into space this month, say they're ready to start offering trips to outer space.
I mean, it was just like the most incredible dream.
But experts agree affordable space flights for the masses are decades away at best. Virgin Galactic's July 11th launch carried just 4 passengers and 2 pilots. It has sold about 600 tickets for future flights at up to $250,000 each. On Tuesday, Bezos and 3 others flew slightly higher into outer space on the New Shepard rocket. Bezos' Blue Origin space company has already booked nearly $100 million in tickets for future space flights, Bezos said. A major hurdle is getting enough space travelers to get into those rockets in order to spread out the cost.
You've got to do it the same way we did it with commercial airline travel.
Bezos suggested spacecrafts would need to carry a lot more people to make the flights widely affordable.
These are, biplanes, and they're flying into a farmer's field and charging a small price to fly people around for a few minutes in the air. That's what we're doing right now. But you know where that barnstorming phase leads? To 787s.
But experts say there also needs to be significant demand for space travel to fill the seats on those larger crafts, no matter the price. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Steve Nanis.
A testy exchange on Capitol Hill is raising questions about the funding of research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. I'm Christine Frizzell with more on why some say there could be a direct link between that money and the outbreak of COVID-19.
And we're looking out over the end of the week and seeing a few clouds, some smoke, along with some hazy sunshine, a few showers and storms, and a warm-up, including more humidity. I'll put it all together with that Storm Team forecast timeline. It's coming up here on Fox Illinois News at 9.
Family Feud. Something that makes a guy look sleazy.
A mustache.
A mustache. Name a reason you'd like to see Steve Harvey perform at Chippendales.
Your package.
Don't miss a moment.
Good answer.
Family Feud, weekdays at 3 and 5 on Fox Illinois. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on select popular Chevy SUVs. Plus, get interest-free financing for 72 months when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's Super 7-Day Sale is for you. That's 7 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, no limit. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Save big on hundreds of clearance items store-wide. Plus, 4 years, no interest, and free shipping right to your door. But don't wait. The Super 7-Day sale at Furniture Row ends.
The National Desk holds government leaders accountable.
Recalled U.S. government vehicles.
Whoever knows about the problem has the responsibility to fix it.
Brings the best balance of local, national, and international political news home to you.
Weekday mornings from 5 to 7 on Fox, Illinois.
Post-pandemic travel scams. How to spot a criminal con.
They're taking their money and they're disappearing.
Daily Mail TV.
Tonight at 10 on Fox, Illinois. Thank you for turning to Fox, Illinois. The news continues now.
Welcome back. State Republicans have blocked debate on a massive infrastructure bill, but negotiations still continue. The procedural vote needs 60 votes to pass. It only got 49. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer scheduled the vote before terms of the deal were finalized. The nearly $1 trillion proposal includes $579 billion in new spending.
Madam President, I just want to explain what happened on the floor very briefly. At the end of the vote, I changed my response to a no so that I may move to reconsider this vote at a future time.
Republican negotiators say a deal could be reached by week's end. Democrats are working on a separate $3.5 trillion spending plan that they will attempt to pass without Republican support.
The Johnson & Johnson vaccine may not be as effective against coronavirus variants. A new study shows it's much less effective against the Delta and Lambda variants than the original virus. Now, while this is discouraging, the New York Times reports this was only done with experiments with blood samples in the laboratory and may not reflect the performance in the real world. This study is at odds with smaller Johnson & Johnson studies showing the vaccine is effective against the variant.
Tonight in Washington, Senator Rand Paul is asking the Department of Justice to investigate whether Dr. Anthony Fauci lied to Congress. This follows a heated exchange between the two men on Capitol Hill this week.
Yeah, critics call it a political stunt, but Senator Paul's office says he's moving forward to a letter of criminal referral, as Sinclair National correspondent Christine Frizzell reports.
Dr. Fauci?
He's been the steady hand at the helm throughout the storm of a global pandemic. But now Dr. Anthony Fauci is the target of one U.S. senator who suggested Fauci lied to Congress about funding a specific type of research in Wuhan, China, and is asking the Justice Department to investigate.
Section 1001 of the criminal statute, of the U.S. criminal statute, says it's a felony to lie to Congress, punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
We asked Senator Paul about this following his heated exchange with Dr. Fauci in a Senate hearing Tuesday.
It is a crime to lie to Congress. Do you wish to retract your statement of May 11th where you claimed that the NIH never funded gain-of-function research in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, I have never lied before the Congress.
That the U.S. funded lab work in Wuhan isn't disputed. It's laid out in government documents, which show a series of grants to the Wuhan Institute of Virology. And in this 2017 report on the origin and evolution of the SARS coronavirus, and plainly states the research was funded in part by the National Institutes of Health. The central question is on the purpose. Was it gain-of-function research?
This research matches, indeed epitomizes, the definition of gain-of-function research.
This paper that you are referring to was judged by qualified staff up and down the chain as not being gain of function.
The Washington Post Josh Rogan tweeted, quote, Rand Paul was right and Fauci was wrong. The NIH was funding gain-of-function research in Wuhan, but NIH pretended it didn't meet their gain-of-function definition. All of this expected to remain center stage as questions about how the coronavirus started remain unanswered. There are many lawmakers on Capitol Hill, as well as some people in the White House who believe there's growing evidence COVID-19 may have initially leaked from a lab. Back in May, President Biden ordered his intelligence agencies to revamp their efforts looking into the origin, since China so far has been unwilling to allow a thorough investigation into the matter to take place. We expect those intelligence agencies to report back in about a month. On Capitol Hill, I'm Christine Frizzell.
Now your Storm Team weather with Doug Quick.
Well, we didn't quite see as much sunshine today as what was promised because we had smoke. in the upper atmospheres today, and even as we get into the day tomorrow, some of that could be filtering down into the lower levels, and we might even smell a little bit of that smoke as well by the afternoon. Well, let's go up to Peoria, looking out across the Illinois River and looking at downtown Peoria there, the Rose Heating and Air Conditioning traveling tower cam. Things look pretty quiet out there, and it is across much of mid-Illinois, although we did see just a little storm pop up here a little earlier this evening, and that kind of went away. Looking at some rain showers just a little south of maybe around the Hayworth area and working its way down into Sullivan and even a little west of Mattoon before it finally dissipated. High pressure, though, keeping things relatively quiet right now. But we're looking at this frontal boundary here, and this will be enough to trigger maybe a scattered shower outbreak by tomorrow afternoon. That's also representing the leading edge of some very warm, humid air that'll make its way into the area over the weekend, targeting our area here with another batch of showers and storms, maybe even Friday. Here's a look at that surface smoke here, and where you're seeing the orange, this is where some of the more intense smoke is actually occurring. As we spin this across mid-Illinois, we'll take another look here, and you can see it, that bright orange, and as by the time we get into the day tomorrow and even into Friday, we're expecting to see a little bit of that smoke. As far as our weather is concerned, here's a closer look at what we're expecting tomorrow. Maybe a few scattered showers and even into late Friday night as well, even though it's not actually in the official forecast. As far as rainfall is concerned, between now and late Friday, we could be looking at anywhere from 5 or maybe even 2/100ths of an inch of precipitation, all the way up to maybe around 1/2 inch is what we're looking at here in east central Illinois. 74 in Champaign, 76 in Decatur, 71 in Danville, Paris, 78 right now in Mattoon. The dew point's still way up there. And we're also seeing a little bit of that haze there across east central Illinois, knocking visibilities back a bit. 65 degrees, partly cloudy, hazy conditions tonight. 85 tomorrow, still looking at some haze with some afternoon showers and storms. Then over the next 7 days, we do see a day-to-day chance of at least a period of showers and storms. Otherwise, we're looking at everything from mostly sunny to partly cloudy. And then looking ahead 8 to 14 days, we got a better chance for above average temperatures, average highs around 85, and a good chance for near average precipitation.
But right now you were saying it's nothing to cancel any plans outside, right?
No, never do that. Have a good, strong plan B, but never cancel anything, because this is going to be a hit and miss type situation as far as the showers and storms. Certainly the chances will increase probably through the afternoon and evening, but again, it's going to be a hit and miss.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Doug.
That's it.
Coming up, Kofi Coburn is officially back at Illinois. The All-American explains why a return to the Illini was his best move. You're watching Fox Illinois News at 9.
Hardee's cool ranch chicken sandwich, no they bread it by hand. I'm gonna get my hands BLT ranch in my hand.
There's 100% chance of a
BLT.
Celebrate this summer with the new BLT Ranch hand-breaded chicken sandwich from Hardee's. Feed your happy.
This is the internet that keeps the TV streaming, the meetings zooming, the playlist flowing, and the doorbell showing
anybody home?
Who's coming and going. This is the internet that powers the workout, that does the homework, that makes the lights work, that makes for light work, and makes...
Don't forget to pick up Charlie.
...your life work. This is the internet that keeps it all connected and has hundreds of people who ensure it's protected.
Nice try, hackers.
This is the internet voted best because it's extreme, nothing less.
Whatever it takes.
Rose Heating and Air Conditioning.
You like it made from scratch?
We know you do.
How about hot and hand-breaded?
That looks crispy.
First thing in the morning.
Not your grandpa's biscuit.
The new hand-breaded chicken biscuit from Hardee's.
Feed your happy.
Travel scams. How to spot a criminal con before it happens to you.
They're taking their money and they're disappearing.
Then amazing advances.
This will help enable a new generation of travelers.
From a flying taxi to a full-size Lego Lamborghini. Daily Mail TV.
Tonight at 10 on Fox, Illinois.
Illinois basketball's star player has officially returned to campus as Kobe Coburn is preparing for his junior season in the orange and blue. The consensus All-American met with the media today to discuss his return, which had some Illini fans uneasy after he entered the transfer portal 3 weeks ago. But Coburn said a return to the Illini was his fallback plan after deciding to withdraw from the NBA draft.
Just wanted to leave my options open, but I never really thought about it that much. You know, Illinois has been my home, and, you know, it's going to continue to be my home for a long time.
He truly loves Illinois. He loves our fans. He's a wonderful human being, not just a wonderful player. And when you put all that together and you start looking at it, it becomes a pretty positive big picture.
This is where I'm going to cement my legacy, man. You know, this is where I came. I'm building my legacy right now. And another year, Illinois is just going to give me an opportunity to go above and beyond, you know.
Meanwhile, Illinois basketball alumni getting ready to play in the basketball tournament this Saturday in Peoria. The House of Pain heading into their second season in the TBT field and have hopes of making an even deeper run towards the $1 million prize than they did last year. The tournament, an exciting time for the alumni as they get to rep the orange and blue once more and reconnect with fans from their college days.
It's tough to follow their career sometimes, so this is kind of that home base, if you will, and we hope to kind of build this out for the next few years where it's something Illini fans can watch or attend, and I think it's really cool, and it's almost like you're building your own culture within this House of Pain team.
You know, we love the U of I, you know, it's done great things for me. I mean, growing up, watching them, I mean, dreaming of going to that school and actually putting on that jersey and representing them, come out here in the TBT, I mean, it's like, you know, another dream come true.
On the gridiron, Illinois running back Chase Brown receiving some national recognition today. Brown named to the watch list for the Doak Walker Award, which honors the top running back in college football. Brown led the Illini with 540 yards and 3 touchdowns last season and could see a big uptick in production in new offensive coordinator Tony Peterson's offense. And wide receiver Casey Washington will officially be eligible for the 2021 season. The third-year wideout transferred to Wake Forest in January and went through spring camp with the Demon Deacons before returning to Illinois. He'll provide an immediate boost to the receiving corps. More on Illinois football tomorrow from Big Ten Media Day in Indianapolis. That's all for sports tonight.
Ahoy!
Groceries, starboard side.
You're good to go.
Get more summer with free curbside at Schnucks.
Are you searching for something? All you have to do is ask.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Do try to have some fun. Want to join me in the shower?
This is intense.
I love my job.
Let the adventure begin.
Fantasy Island, series premiere Tuesday, August 10th on Fox.
The American Red Cross and the Girl Scouts of Central Illinois invite eligible blood donors to donate at the Beach Bash Summer Blood Drive Friday, July 30th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Logic Everyday Community in Champaign. To schedule an appointment, visit redcrossblood.org or download the Red Cross Blood Donor app. Enter code BEACHBASH. You can also call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
Ahoy!
Groceries, starboard side.
You're good to go.
Get more summer with free curbside at Schnucks.
All right, let's take a look out across mid-Illinois. Not really seeing any activity. We did see just a few little spotty showers a little earlier. Here's a look at tomorrow's hour by hour. And we're seeing partly cloudy skies throughout the area. It's pretty much a bingo. That's the way it's going to be throughout most of the day. Maybe some heavier cloud cover through the afternoon, and that'll be the best chance of seeing some scattered showers and possibly even some thunderstorms. Here's a look at the weekend, and it's not looking all that bad. Again, yeah, there's a chance of showers and storms, but we're still expecting to see mostly sunny skies Saturday. Partly cloudy conditions expected Sunday. As I always say, don't cancel any plans. And here's a look at the next 7 days.
In our question of the day, a new survey finds 74% of Americans would prefer to wake up every day feeling well rested rather than this. What is it?
That went right over my head. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Well, the answer is a promotion at work.
I never get one, so that's okay.
Well, that's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching.
Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Don't miss the hot summer savings at Sloan's during Deere Days of Summer. Get your John Deere 1025R for just $171 per month. Get a John Deere now and
Power up at Sloan's.
visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
Central Illinois. We know you're getting back out there this summer. Road trips, concerts, heading to the water. But before you go, add one more stop. Make an appointment to give blood. Fox, Illinois is again teaming up with the American Red Cross and our partners at Sinclair for Sinclair Cares Roll Up Your Sleeves. Your blood donation is urgently needed right now and can help save lives. Go to foxillinois.com/cares to schedule your appointment now.
Hey, I'm sensing something. Gearing up for an overshare.
I made a promise to Emily that I would give her and the kids a better world.
I'd like to introduce you to my son. I think he'd make one hell of a DA.
Everything with our dads.
Hey, Nip.
Is it too much for this to work?
You're becoming more and more like your partner. You're a softie, man. To Emily.
To Mom.
To Emily.
Walker, Thursday at 7 on CW23.
The hardest hits. The most intense section. The best wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor Wrestling. Creating excellence every week.
Ring of Honor, Saturday night at 11 on Fox, Illinois.
Pledge to me that you will submit, and I promise to let them live.
I can't let you do this.
Then I will make you suffer.
Your dad's been in worse spots, and he always gets out of them. He has a family to fight for.
Be the hero I knew you would be.
He will fight through this, and he will win.
Superman and Lois, Tuesday at 8 on CW23.
Don't miss the hot summer savings at Sloan's during Deere Days of Summer. Get your new John Deere X350 lawn tractor for just $76 per month with 4.9 for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and power up with Sloan's. Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
Weekday mornings from 5 to 7 on Fox, Illinois. You're watching Fox, Illinois.
I'm Thomas Roberts. Here are Daily Mail TV's Fast 5 stories happening right now. Survivors of the deadly Miami condo collapse reveal how they made it out alive.
They said, "Come with me now, the building is collapsing."
What we discovered about the chief building officer who had told residents it was safe. Then, final judgment. Actress and NXIVM cult member Allison Mack faces her sentence.
She was inhumane.
And did this neonatal doctor